Louisiana's sugar industry generates tens of millions in tax dollars every year. That's income to pay teachers, educate our children, and maintain our roads and bridges. Sugarcane supports more than 16,000 jobs, and Louisiana's cane families continually give back to the communities where we live, work, and play. Louisiana Sugarcane, making life a little sweeter, naturally.
Sugarcane, sweet sugarcane.
This is Jeff Hawley with Wells Fargo Advisors with today's market report remote from my home here in Monroe on Tuesday, December 15th, 2020. Stocks did finish firmly higher today as investors adjusted negotiations on Capitol Hill and weighed COVID concerns against vaccine optimism. The S&P 500 snapped a four-day losing streak with a 1.3% rally. The Dow Jones jumped 337 points, while the NASDAQ Composite climbed 1.3%. Stimulus talks provided a source of optimism. The top four congressional leaders were reportedly meeting later this afternoon to discuss a bipartisan $748 billion spending package that avoids key issues of contention, such as liability protection and state and local aid. Meanwhile, briefing documents showed FDA officials endorsed the safety and efficacy of Moderna's coronavirus vaccine candidate ahead of an advisory committee vote on Thursday. If approved, it would become the second COVID vaccine to be granted emergency use authorization. All 11 S&P 500 sectors ended higher today, with 9 groups rising more than 1%. Energy was a notable outperformer as WTI crude added 1.3%, closing at $47.58 a barrel. In corporate news, Eli Lilly climbed 6% after announcing it would buy Prevail Therapeutics in a deal potentially worth $1 billion. Apple rose 5% after a report said the company is planning to increase iPhone production by 30% in the first half of 2021. On the data front, a release showed manufacturing activity in the New York Fed region grew at a slower pace in December compared to the prior month. Another update revealed industrial production rose 0.4% for November, slowing from a 0.9% uptick for the month of October. Treasuries weakened, with the yield on the 10-year note adding 2 basis points to 0.91%. Meanwhile, gold rallied 1.4% to $1,853.60 an ounce as the U.S. dollar index fell 0.3%. Our local companies today: Coca-Cola up 57 cents on the session at $53.84. Lumen higher by 8 cents, $10.50. Genesis Energy rose 15 cents, $6.88. Delta Airlines up $1.16, $41.85 on the close. Graphic Packaging higher by 38 cents, closed at $16.40. Gray Television higher by 27 cents at $18.43. And lastly, Entergy closed up $1.17 at $102.58. This has been Jeff Hawley, First Vice President and Financial Advisor with Wells Fargo Advisors with today's market report. Have a great evening.
Hello, I'm meteorologist Don Wheeler. Cold and rainy conditions can be expected tonight as an upper-level system moves across Arkansas with a surface low along the Louisiana coast. Conditions will slowly improve Wednesday. Tonight, cloudy, a 90% chance for rain, decreasing after midnight, low 35. Wednesday, cloudy early with a few areas of drizzle, then partly cloudy late, high 48.
We'll get it one day.
Hello.
Hurry, y'all. He doesn't often come out of the woods during deer season. But when he does, it's time for the Mountain Man Radio Show. Brought to you by R&R Tire Express. Get you some today, $20 down. You can drive off a new set of wheels and tires on your ride. Also, Miracle 2 products, soaps, moisturizers, neutralizers, and more in the greatest sports water you ever drunk. Good stuff. Also, B&E Wholesale, located on 100 Trenton Street, right down Antique Alley. 100 Trenton Street in West Monroe. B&E Wholesale has cleaning products and everything you can think of in the whatnots. Check them out, B&E Wholesale, West Monroe. Then you got Bull Snot. Bull Snot makes a line of stuff for your vehicle. They got Window Cleaner. That Clearview stuff's good. You'll walk through your window, won't even know you got one after you use it. Also, the Bull Snot. You rub on the tire rim there, on your tire, and pop your wheel right on. Nothing slicker than Bull Snot. They also have odor eliminators, carpet cleaners, wheel shine, tire butter. Got it all. Check them out. And we don't want to forget about our newest sponsor. Look here, y'all go and kill y'all a big old deer, you know. Then the work starts. You gotta clean that thing. You gotta rip a fur off, debone, make your sausage and your burger and steaks and roast. You ain't gotta do all that. You could be in the woods hunting another and take your old deer to Rocky Branch Deer Processing. Rocky Branch Deer Processing will take care of your deer. They'll make you some pan sausage, link sausage, pepper jack cheese, jalapeno cheese, bacon burger. Look out. Summer sausage. They got summer sausage JC or PJ. Y'all know what that stands for? Jalapeno cheese or pajama cheese. Jalapeno, I think. PJ pan, jalapeno, pan sausage, snack stick. Snack sticks, pepper jack pineapple, my favorite. Oh, man, you talk about something good. Look here, you can take that deer and drop it off with a fur on it. They'll keep it out for you if it's a trophy buck. And, look, you ain't got to clean it. You ain't got to do nothing. They'll even drag it out of the back of your truck. So, look, y'all go see my buddies at Rocky Branch Deer Processing today. Call 318-726-5000. 318-726-5000. Located on 10314 Highway 143, Farmville, Louisiana. That's really in Rocky Branch. Just got that there address. So go check them out. They'll do you right. Y'all stay in the woods on them deer instead of chopping it up. Speaking of deer, man, I don't know what happened to me. Day before yesterday, I was sitting on a canal in my good little old revolvable seat there. Hid out in some weeds. I was all hid out. All of a sudden, this dadgum deer, it come out of this canal 10 yards from me. I said, that must be a duck in there. I look, wasn't no duck, is a whole deer, a big deer. It run out of there and like to run over the top of me, got me all riled. I fell off my seat and rolled around in the mud, and heck, next thing I knew, I'd done been trampled by that deer. So it inspired me to write this song I'm about to sing to y'all. Are we ready, JR?
JR, we're in trouble. Oh, Lord.
Mountain man got ran over by a reindeer, dressing like a corncob Christmas Eve. He had hoof marks on his forehead, all because he tricked the deer while hunting in the weeds. Yeah, mountain man got run over by a reindeer, dressed up like a corncob Christmas Eve. He had hoof marks on his forehead, all because he tricked the deer while hiding in the weeds. Yay! Jingle bell, hoof prints on his forehead. You should see him now. He don't need a tattoo.
JR, we're punishing our guests.
That's terrible.
On that last part, but
it's worse than this honey bun I'm eating over here.
I was going to say we need to cut to the JR.
True story, man. What you talking about? Look, I was looking in that creek, and I said, man, that water looks so cold. I wonder if a deer would even want to get in there. About that time, splish, splash, come out of there. I rolled off that seat, gun went flying. Man, hoof print on my forehead. I don't know where the deer went. I heard a bunch of them out there laughing, and deer laughed. Hide behind a tree. And man, we shook that old timer up, didn't we? Dressed up like a corn cob. Man. True story, true story. Y'all got a deer story, y'all can call in, and we might get to you today. We do get a lot of callers, but our number to this here Mountain Man radio show is 259-1440. I done forgot.
That'd be correct.
Told you that deer kicked me in the forehead. Dang. Yeah, y'all call in here. 1-800-259-1440. Get your calls, questions, comments in. If y'all are having problems with your spouses or your girlfriend or boyfriend, then Dr. Mountain Man can give you some good encouragement and knowledge how to solve your problems without going through electrical shock treatments and stuff like that. Look, I got this stuff figured out. I'm getting old, been around.
Is our sound working, JR?
Shut up, we're on the radio here.
I don't think the
no
sound.
No sound. Well, that's just them Facebook people.
Anyway, I am. Hey, but we do need to get a JR health report. Obviously, JR's diet has not improved any, but we wanted to ask him: we chastised you really bad last week, JR, for not going to the gym. Have you repented and changed your wicked ways?
Nope, have not.
But wait, tell us about the cold showers that you take. Wait,
that is a new thing I'm starting.
There you go. It's an improvement in the health.
That is an improvement.
If you
wake up in the morning and you jump in and it's so cold and you just go with it.
Golly.
So I'm doing something right, I think, or maybe not. I don't know.
What, did you read this from a magazine, or did some doctor tell you that this was good for you?
No,
what's the deal?
I just
y'all take it over radio show. What happened? They didn't hear my song.
Discovered. I just discovered some information about that the other day. I said, let me try this out. So we'll see what happens.
We do have a caller, as a matter of fact. We got the famous, the one and only Johnny Wink. JohnnyWink.com. If you, it's not a deer topic, but it's definitely a duck hunting topic. Johnny, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Man, we doing good, brother. How are you?
doing wonderful. I really enjoyed Mountain Man's song. That really got
Could you hear it? A lot of people said you couldn't hear it.
Well, we heard it great.
Well,
Jones,
good.
Louisiana. Yeah, we're all fired up, man.
Cool.
That sounds
cool.
great.
Tell us what's going on in Jones, Johnny.
Well, Jones, Louisiana is located right on the Louisiana-Arkansas line, and Jones is called the mallard duck capital of Louisiana. Again, you can't get no further north than we are. We're actually right on the line. Looking out of my lodge window, I can see Arkansas.
Nice.
But everything that we hunt is in Louisiana. Again, it's been real drizzle today, kind of cold. Tomorrow morning, we're looking at a 27 degrees for a low. And again, I was in a deer stand yesterday. And, man, I tell you, the geese were just moving nonstop, moving, coming out of the north. So this weekend, we're really, really looking forward to a real good opening of the second split. It's going to sound like a war up here in Morehouse Parish.
Wow. Well,
sounds pretty darn good. I like a little duck hunting every now and then. I've been known to go out there and bust a few ducks. My favorite duck to eat, I think, is a wood duck or them teal. They pretty tasty, but hey, I shoot them big ducks too. Mm-hmm.
Well, what we really got up here that people come from all over the world to come here to hunt is not only are we shooting ducks, but we're shooting a lot of geese. And again, the speckle belly, that's the ribeye of the sky.
Hey, now you talking. I ain't never killed one of them things. Them things got good eyes on them. I know that.
But anyway, we love calling them, we love shooting them, and we love eating them here at Megabucks. But again, the geese are here, the ducks are here, the weather is here, and the deal is everything is weather related in this waterfowl. We are in the narrowest part of the Mississippi Flyway. It says that it actually narrows down to a 1 mile stretch. 70% of the ducks that come into Louisiana will pass to this 1 mile stretch right here on the Louisiana-Arkansas line. And the reason it's that is because of the soil. To the west of us, you got red clay, pine trees all the way to Texas. To the east of us, just the other side of Beth River, you got sandy soil all the way to the river, which is about 16, Mississippi River, which is about 16 miles. Right here, we've got a vein of buckshot gumbo mud. And the reason that it's so good is because buckshot is clay-based, and you pour water on it, it'll hold. Sandy soil, the water will go right down. So what that means is we can plant rice. It's a small vein of this where this rice is grown right here, and all these birds, ducks, and geese are following the rice. So that's why it's made us so popular, and so many birds are here.
Well, that's really interesting, John. And you've been guiding ducks and duck hunts there in Jones for how long?
This is our 46th year.
Holy Sam Rayburn Lake.
The good Lord has really blessed us to be able to do this. I feel like I've been skipping school just about all my life because I get up and I go hunting and I make a living. So, I mean, what person wouldn't want to be able to make a living taking people from all over the United States and the world? We had them come from Moscow, Russia last year to come hunt with us and everything. But we've had them from South Africa, Jamaica, Mexico, Canada, all over come here to experience this hunting. And one of the big things that we do here is I've listened to my customers for a very, very long time. Over 40 years ago, my people said, we don't want to hunt with strangers, and we don't want to stay in the same house as strangers. So I built 2 lodges, and your group will be in a lodge all by yourself, and you will go to one of these big 20-foot pit blinds in a flooded rice field with a guide. So you're not going to be interacting with the other group either in the blind or the lodge. Everything's private here, and that's why I've been successful, and the good Lord has really blessed me.
Oh, that sounds like y'all got it figured out up there, man.
So
you know, again, we don't limit out every day, but we got some of the best blinds up here in Morehouse Parish, and again, we are unbelievable as far as the amount of speckle bellies that we kill. Just during the first split, we actually brought out 3 3 bands on the specs. And again, we have an early goose season before duck season starts, and it was unbelievable. Limits every day on our specs. And this year, they increased the limit on speckle bellies in Louisiana to 3. It's been 2 forever, and they jumped it up to 3. And it's just got a lot of people fired up. But now during the duck season, now we're not only we're calling and shooting the ducks, but here comes the speckle bellies, and they're working and everything. So we're having a combo shoot every day when we're hunting.
I'd love to get me a speckle belly. You know, me and a buddy of mine up there in Mississippi, he was trying to run me some specks around, but them things, they got eyeballs on them. I thought I was hid, and I only shot one time at a speckle belly, and of course it was too far. And but I
ate 10 gauge, and it gets you a 10 gauge mountain.
You reach out there and touch them with that, can't you?
Hey man, I tell you, hide better. I tell you. But you know, I ate some the year before last. A guy had some little pieces that he kind of beat on, tenderized, and marinated, and we put them on the grill, and he didn't cook it very long. You know, he said you don't cook it to death, you know, and man, that was some good eating. And
you know, you ought to try it. Cut it in little strips, batter it up just like you're frying fish, and as soon as it floats, comes up, and eat it just like that. Fried speckle belly.
Wow.
Ooh, what you talking about? Quick and easy, and it's really, really good. The thing with the speckle belly, the meat is real tender. It's real tender.
It was real tender. It was. Yeah. I didn't know whether because they beat the heck out of it, or what, or marinated. But I remember, you know, you didn't even need teeth to eat it. You could have ate that stuff with no tooth in your head.
I guarantee you.
That sounds like a cookbook recipe. Now, Johnny, have you got any other of those recipe
got
ideas?
Me hungry. I'm on my way. Heck, with a bunch of dadgum deer. Them dang things running over my head and got a hoof print on my forehead. And, well, I could be killing a speckle belly.
Well, you need to be up here Saturday morning about daylight up here at Megabuck, because I'm going to be in the blind calling these things. You need to be up here shooting them.
Man, if I had good sense, I would, babe. But I got one more really good place to deer hunt for 9 days. Either sex, primitive weapon, and I ain't. It's embarrassing, but I ain't got a deer in my freezer yet. It's just I done got 2 or 3 all cut up by Rocky Branch Deer Processing, and now I'm just, I'm still eating last year's deer, so, you know, I ain't starving or nothing.
You know, Johnny, he's been advertising Rocky Branch Deer Processing this last 2 months, and which is great. But I'm starting to think that it's all hearsay, because he has not gone down there and hung a deer up himself at that place yet.
Well, you ain't even got your boots wet out in the woods, hitchhiker. What are you doing?
So I'm going Saturday. I'm going to go out to Johnny's place. I'm going to have fun.
Are you still in that crochet class?
Yeah.
What are you doing, making quilts?
Arts, quilts, crochet, knitting. I'm going to be warm this winter, too, see?
Well, for 2 weeks, these ducks and geese have been sitting out in front of our pits just eating rice and corn, and just been getting fat. And come Saturday morning, it's going to be a war. They're going to get awakened.
Oh, man, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I've been on some good duck hunts in my days, and like to froze to death. Wasn't no land nowhere where I was. You know, it was just water, and you was in your chest waders. And there's no way to warm up. The water was so cold. But you could walk. You just get out there and you start walking. You get your blood going again, and you're good for 20 minutes, and you're cold again. But you know.
You see, you've been going to the wrong place.
See, there, tell him, Johnny.
Well, I limited it out, but it was tough.
This is a gentleman's hunt.
There you go.
Right up on the ATV, right to the blind. All the blinds are in primary levees, big 20-foot pits with heaters in them. And all you do basically is just pull the trigger, We do all the calling and everything. We get all the dog work and everything and all that. So as far as being cold or walking or wading in water, none of that happens.
Well, now you're talking. I am getting on up in age, and, I can still do them tough hunts, Johnny, but dadgum, it works on my poor old body there for 2 or 3 days after a good hunt.
Oh, I understand that. But we got these blinds pointed, and I know what direction the winds are blowing. A lot of times that's the whichever blind that I know is going to be out of the wind, I might like to go to that blind just to get out of the wind or stuff like that and everything. But anyway, we had a really good first split, a great early goose season, and we're looking forward to another good second split. Again, I got 2 young guides helping me. One young man by the name of Aaron Rogelio, and another man is Mike Beavers, and both of these guys just love it, and excellent spec callers, and got great dogs and everything. And we really try to put you on the birds and make everything happy. Again, we do as much as you want or as little. And the deal is about having these private hunts where we're not mixing the hunters. It's that person's vacation. It's his hunt. Mm-hmm. It's not 2 boys someplace else if they're getting up in front of them shooting or whatever, or at the lodge if they want to stay up or whatever. If y'all want to go to bed, you go to bed. If you want to go how you want to shoot, you want to bring little Johnny and get his first duck. I can't tell 2 boys from Alabama that they can't shoot for the next hour because we're going to let little Johnny shoot. Well, when you bring your private group here, all my groups are a minimum of 4, that you can do whatever you want to do. It's your hunt. It's not 2 boys from Alabama or wherever. It's your hunt. So it's not about the money that you're spending. It's the time that you're away from your family and your job. And again, if you're rolling the dice, so many places in Arkansas are just piling people in like cardboard. And it just, one day there might be 20 people, one day there might be 8, next day it's 11 or whatever. And they all putting everybody out there together, and who knows who shot what or whatever. But again, the little formula that we've done for this long and everything has made us successful on what we're doing, because we try to make that person that's paying for the hunt, it's his hunt. It ain't our hunt. It ain't 2 other guys' hunt. It's their hunt.
Yeah,
what
that
people
sounds
want.
great. I like that.
That's awesome, Johnny. So so we got a lot of people listening to this show every week, and we're worried about their mental status, but that's okay.
Where do you knucklehead?
Where do they go? It's Megabucks, JohnnyWink.com or Megabucks. Where do they go to find out about y'all's outfit, Johnny?
Yeah. Our place is called the Megabucks Duck Guides, and I have 2 domain names.
Okay.
One is megabuckduckguides.com. The second one is johnnywink.com, JohnnyWink.com. Phil always told me to put your name along with your business, and forever I've done that. I've listened to a lot of things that he told me to do and everything, and I have kept that out. So when people know Megabucks, they know Johnny Wink, because it goes together just like Duck Commander and Phil Robinson. So it was two things that he always said to do a long time ago. So I got 2 domain names that go to the same website. But again, we still got a few days left open in the season and everything. We go all the way to the January the 31st.
Oh, okay.
And again, we're fired up. We take 2 groups a day. We got 2 separate lodges. One lodge has got 8 beds. One lodge has got 12 beds. We've got entertainment buildings outside. We've got fire pits outside. And I'll tell you, to be able to go sit out there in the fire pit and have a nice fire, you got steaks on the grill, and listen to these geese flying over right at dark and
that's
everything.
That's music right there.
Get you fired up before the hunt, and that's what it's all about. You got to understand, it's 50%. You got the hunt and 50% staying at the lodge. You know, in the afternoon, we only stay in these blinds till we limit or 11 o'clock. We come out, but I have two things in the afternoon that my hunters can still do. One, at no charge, is something called an unguided pass shoot goose hunt. It's where you go out there, you follow a guide in your vehicle, and he's going to show you a ditch, bank, tree line. You scatter out across that and take passing shots at geese. Or for $100 extra, we can put you in a nice box stand. You can deer hunt. But don't think you're going to kill a 180 class buck or anything. But we'll have numerous amount of people that will kill them a doe or a little small buck, and the people are super happy.
There you go. At least
like that,
I was going to say,
I wouldn't get run over by it if I was in a box stand.
And Mountain Man would be happy with old mallet-headed doe. He can't. I mean, he ain't good.
Well,
we don't even go. What do you know, Hitch?
Deer hunting. And the man shot 8 times, and I asked him, I said, did you get a deer? No. I said, what did you shoot at? He said, I've been shooting lions. I said, you've been shooting what, sir? And he was a lieutenant colonel from the Russian army.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you shooting what? He said, I've been shooting lions. I said, sir, did they have small tails? He said, yeah, little small lions. I said, sir, that was bobcat. Anyway, he didn't hit none of them. Told me my scope was off. But anyway, anyway, we have fun.
We can leave him at home.
So, again, that's just a little something that something else that we do that the people, not everybody's in a good deer club or whatever. And to be able to sit in one of these nice box stands, elevated box stands and everything, overlooking a pipeline with food plots and feeders, be able to hear geese going in there. And then, if some days they get them a good deer or whatever. But we just try to make everybody happy and do the best we can. And that's why we got so many repeat customers.
Well, Wink, you've got, before we let you go, we've got, I know that you got a very, very interesting duck call story, like you and I were talking last night. Tell us real quick about this one-of-a-kind Mallard Drake duck call that you got.
Well, again, I used to work with Phil, and we did a lot together. We did some filming and everything, and then I finally went on my own way and started running my own business and doing all this stuff and really kicked it up a notch and everything. Well, anyway, a short time later, Phil called me and he said, Wink, he said, man, I appreciate all the things you've done for us and everything. I said, I thank you. He said, I'm working on something. You come down here in a couple of weeks, I want to give you something. I said, sure, Phil. Well, in a couple of weeks, he called me. I said, can you come down? I said, yeah, I'm coming. I said, come on. So I go on down there and knock on the door. Kay answers the door. She goes, okay. She goes, Wink's here, Phil. She said, go over there, go sit by his chair. So I went in there. Well, I'm sitting in his chair, and he come walking down the hall, and he's making this noise. He's got some kind of thing in his hand, and he's going, and he goes, Wink, what is that? I said, well, it sounds like a Mallard Drake. He says, don't blow in it, hum into it. So he handed me this little green thing, and I went and started humming about 2 or 3 little licks on it. I finally started making it. And he said, you think it'll sell? I said, well, if you push it, it will. He said, but, So anyway, he said, read what's on there. And what he did is back a long time ago when you were a little kid, you could get this little thing. It was like a little heating element thing, like a pin. You plug it into the wall socket, and it was a wood-burning carving tool.
Yeah, right. We had one of them. I got in trouble with it.
Yeah. Well, he melted in the call the day to Wink, first ever Phil Robinson. Now, he melted that into the call, writing into the call, because he said if he wrote onto it, it might smear off or rub off or something. He said by doing that, he said, what you're looking at, Wink, is the first ever Mallard Drake call patented in the history of mankind.
I'll be John Brown.
He said, if you hang on to it, it's going to be worth some money someday. He said, hang on to it. Now, again, back then, that was a very nice gesture, but I'd rather had my truck filled up with gas.
Yeah.
I didn't think nothing about it. But I did have a vault, and I ended up putting that in a case and putting it in my vault and everything. And anyway, there's been a lot of interest, about the last 7 or 8 years about this call, because it is the first ever. And now just think if it was the first ever Mallard hen call. which, you don't never know who did that. Some Indian made it or something, hundreds of years ago or whatever. But I have in my possession that Phil gave me the first ever mallard drake call, patented in the history. Phil made that.
What? Hey, Johnny, tell us the auction houses that you've talked to about this. Now
now again, the more I talk about this to other places and everything, I find out that there's not a lot of, there's like 3% of the nation hunts. And the way they know that is because of hunting license sales. And anyway, I had a man that was part owner of the Floribama that was hunting with me, and he had heard about this, that I had this call and everything. And they had just got through auction, and the 1 millionth duck call, Willie and Phil and all them did. And anyway, he got to asking me about this call. Well, again, he said, are you interested in selling this or whatever? I said, well, I might be. And he said, there's this auction house in New York City called Kursky's Auctions. That's one of the biggest auction houses in the world. And he gave me that man's personal cell number. So after the hunt, I get back in there, and I call Mr. Kirksey. Anyway, he says, well, how did you get my number? And I said, well, Mr. So-and-so. He said, well, if he gave you your number, must be something, so go ahead and talk to me. So I tell him what I got. First of all, he says, well, no, you don't have that. I said, did you not understand what I said? I got the first ever mallard drake. There's so many people in the United States don't know the difference that a mallard hen, the female, sounds completely different than the mallard drake. The calls that you hear, that's the hen.
Right.
The drake only makes the sound.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so he said he didn't do any of that, of the outdoor stuff and everything, but he's going to give me a number to a man in Boston, Massachusetts, that sells these old-timey decoys for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I called this guy, and then the guy says, well, how'd you get my number? So Mr. Kirsty gave it to me. He said, well, it must be something. Let me hear it. So I tell him the story, and he tells me the same thing. I don't have the first ever duck call. I didn't say that. I got the first ever mallard drake call patented in the history of mankind that Phil Robinson invented and gave to me. And at the time, I really didn't know what he was giving me. But anyway, so I got to talking to this man about that and everything, and he couldn't understand the difference between the way the two ducks sound, and he couldn't understand that. So he said, well, all I do is duck decoys. So the deal is, it's really, really crazy to find out that these auction houses and people up there don't really understand that. They don't understand what a mallard drake sounds like and a mallard hen.
Right.
Anyway, I did get to talk to a lot of different people about this. I actually was on a five-way conference call, and Robert from Shark Tank was on there. And he didn't know a whole bunch about it, but he did tell me one thing. He said, you need to be able to find some type of auction, because there's people like in Chicago and stuff that if they ever get in a bidding war with this thing, because it is a one-of-a-kind, it's already official documented that it is, that there's no telling what it would go for. And another time I was almost on Pawn Stars. And we was talking about doing, they were telling me about flying. They were going to give me a ticket to fly and stay at the motel up there and all this and everything, wanted me to come and do that. And then 2 days later, they called me and they said, well, that they're the History Channel, and that anything having to do with Duck Commanders is A&E.
Yeah.
So we couldn't do that. But I've been
old
having
networks.
a good thing. But the thing is, what I call this call, I call it my 401 Miss K.
There you go. Cool.
Well, Johnny, we got to go to a break.
Got to hit a break here, but, man, we'll have to go get some of them speckle belly sometime, old Johnny. It all sounds good. I can sit down and eat a whole goose by myself.
That's what I'm talking
I'm hungry, yeah.
Break a wing, feed a family.
Yes, sir. Well,
There you go.
Appreciate you calling in,
Thanks.
old Johnny, and Hey, buddy, we'll be in touch with you.
Megabucks.com. Thanks for calling, Johnny. Awesome.
All right.
Johnny Wink.
Johnny Wink. He knows a little bit about hunting and duck calls.
Only 46 years. It's like he's just getting started.
Hey, yeah. Cool. We gotta go to our break, but we'll be back with last part of the show here coming up. Don't go nowhere.
B&E Wholesale in West Monroe has what you need, like hard-to-find PPP items, 50-count box of masks for $5, sanitizer starting at $2, and disinfectant spray. B&E Wholesale also has copper and bamboo sheet sets, tools, garbage bags, home decor, and other great gift finds. A new truck arrives weekly offering name-brand products at wholesale prices. This is a wholesale to the public, no membership required. B&E Wholesale in the heart of downtown West Monroe on Trenton Street. Follow B&E Wholesale on Facebook so you never miss a deal.
Hey, old crossbones, what are you doing over there? What are you struggling with?
Man, I'm wanting to go four-wheeler riding this weekend, and I'm trying to get my tire back on, but I just can't get it on. I've done tried oil and soap and water, and I done got soap in my eyes and burning, and I'm about to get frustrated.
Here, calm down. Try this here.
Bull snot?
That's right, bull snot. Man, that'll get that tire on there. You'll be gone and ready for long. Bull snot is favored on Amazon. You go to tire lubricants, first thing that's going to pop up is bull snot. You can get bull snot at Amazon Prime. If y'all want to check out the product, go to vanbrownox.com. This bull snot is the slickest stuff around, I guarantee you. Just don't get none on the floor and fall down.
Hey, that worked good, man. I got it on there.
Well, I told you, bull snot. Y'all go check them out, you hear? Booyah.
Hello, this is David Harrison of R&R Tire Express. 2020 has already been full of surprises, so why not one more? I'm excited to announce that Yokohama and R&R are giving away another new car in our Merry Mother's Day Christmas car giveaway. As a young person, I was able to give my mother a car. It's one of the greatest joys of my life. You would have thought I gave her $1 million, and in honor of her, we want to do it one more time. Nominate a deserving mom to win a brand new 2020 Buick Encore fitted with Yokohama Ascend GT tires. It's Mother's Day in December, like Christmas in July. And during the month of December, you can get started for free on a new set of Yokohama tires, plus Yokohama will make your first payment. Merry Christmas to you and your family from Yokohama and all of us at R&R Tire Express.
Win your mom a new car by texting R&R to 77,000. That's R&R to 77,000. $0 to get started and your first week free on a new set of Yokohama tires now at R&R. On Thomas Road across from Duck Commander in West Monroe and in Ruston on South Vienna across from County Market.
Man, this desert's hot.
Gosh, I'm thirsty.
There's bowling ball sweat beads dripping off my head.
Man, I don't know how much further I can go.
Hey, what's that up there?
Is that a mirage, or am I seeing a drink stand or something?
Hey, buddy, are we glad to see you?
You fellows look hot. Can I interest you in a cold beverage? Lemonade, iced tea, apple juice? Heck, I even got a V8.
You got any extreme pH?
No, I don't believe I got that.
Oh, you mean you ain't got no extreme pH sports water with calcium, magnesium, potassium, with no dyes, no sugars, no caffeine, no sweeteners, no artificial flavorings?
No, I sure don't.
Well, y'all need to go get you some at extremeph.com. Extreme pH sports water by Miracle 2 Products. They also have soaps, neutralizers, moisturizers, deodorants, gel, laundry soap, and it's all biodegradable. Go green. Booyah!
How'd you do your voice like that?
Well, the old chicken crossed in the barn the other day. Sing a song over there or something there.
And what did he say?
Oh, Lord. Thank y'all for waiting on us to get back. We're back more of the Mountain Man Radio Show here. Y'all got a good hunting or fishing story or an experience in the woods that's kind of unusual, you can call in today, 1-800-259-1440. Yeah, I've had some experiences in the woods. That gum wild hogs got after me one time coming in late. I was on a pipeline and it was muddy and I had on my old rubber boots. I couldn't run, and a couple of old sows got after me, and there was no tree to climb to get away if I could have climbed a tree. And I had a crossbow, and it done got dark. And that old hog, one of them big sows, it got within 3 feet of me and was just grunting and snorting, telling me the news, and I had my bow, the arrow pointed right at that old sow's head, talking to it. And I tried to sing to the hog, music calms the savage beast. No. That slobber's coming out of there. Either that or I was a terrible singer.
Oh, that could have been either one.
Yeah, but I tell you what held it up. And I was shining a flashlight straight into that hog's eyeball. It hung her up. Finally, the old hog went on after they rushed me about 10 or 12 times. When I finally got to my truck, I jumped in the back and I told them hogs how it was then. And, they couldn't get me, but I could have got them, but they all run and hid then.
So were you using a real bow or were you using one of those crossbows?
I had a crossbow. Yeah. Why do you shoot a real bow?
Absolutely.
You do? I just come watch you shoot sometime.
Real men shoot real bows.
Well, I used to shoot a real bow. Actually, I carved one out of hickory before. Killed deer, elk, buffalo, and more.
Buffalo?
Oh, yeah.
What about elephant?
No, I ain't got nothing against an old elephant. Who wants an elephant? You ever tried to eat an elephant? No.
How are you supposed to eat an elephant, JR?
Well, I was just going to say, I saw an elephant lamp one time. It was made out of an elephant foot, but it was a lamp.
Man, there's got to be
a real elephant.
It was a real elephant foot.
You don't cut the foot off.
That's a certain level of wrong.
I know.
I bet he was mad over that.
I was like, this is kind of cool, but it's kind of weird.
That's kind of
because it was like the bottom of the lamp was the bottom of the elephant foot, and then it had an
elephant foot.
Yeah.
Poor dad.
It came from like Africa or something, and
man,
it made a lamp out
wrong.
of it.
That's wrong.
It is.
So many levels of wrong, man.
I've heard of it all now. So somewhere over in Africa, there's a 3-footed elephant.
It was at. I think I saw that at some estate sale or something at somebody's house, and I was like thinking that would kind of be cool to buy, but. They wanted, of course, a whole lot of money for that.
You are contributing to the delinquency of that elephant's minor. You realize that?
Well, yeah, that's really wrong.
That's terrible stuff.
I need to go think about what I just said.
That's right.
Yes,
I'm not saying no more.
I'm sorry. I would say take a cold shower.
My apologies. I think I do. I need to do that tonight.
But you're gonna
hitchhiker. I'm gonna go home and do that tonight and.
God, I can't believe he didn't say. Man, he didn't save any of that honey bun for us either, did he?
That's what happens to him when he gets on that sugar, man. It jogs
fast.
memory cells in his brain.
Yeah.
And he remembered about an elephant foot.
Elephant's foot's kind of like a rabbit's foot, but it brings you terrible bad luck. Terrible bad luck.
Or really big luck, whichever,
Well, in the hunting side of things, the deer are in full rut right now in Louisiana. They are chasing. The bucks are chasing the does. I've been hearing about it, but all I saw was the does. I don't know what happened down the line, but the does were single. I just need to bring their boyfriends when they come around my spot. But
I think you just been seeing reindeer. That's it.
No, white-tailed deer.
Well, I tried to have somebody call in today that had something other. I know that the deer season's been so bleak this year. I was trying to inject a little variety into our lives. Having Johnny Wink come on.
Yeah, Johnny Wink, he knows where the waterfowl is. That's for
right.
Sure. Probably some deer too.
Yeah, he probably.
But
does.
yeah, there's several different species of geese out there, and if I do eat a goose, I'd love the speckled belly because they call them the ribeye in the sky.
Ribeye in the sky.
And if you've never had one, they say it tastes kind of like a wood duck, only better, or maybe a green winged teal, only better, and a lot more meat on them, you know.
Yeah.
But, man, they got some good eyes on them, though. You better be sneaky.
Yeah.
Hey, look, one goose will tell the other, and it's over. Oh, we got to quit 5 minutes early. I forgot we got sports coming on. Oh, I'm glad you told me.
Well,
that JR.
I wanted to talk about.
You want me to find you an elephant lamp?
No.
Okay.
All
right.
Elephant glasses.
Nothing of elephants, huh?
I want to talk about what y'all got me for Christmas this year. But
I didn't get anybody anything. I'm sorry.
I got you some coal and a bundle of switches.
Oh, that's just what I need, and a cold shower.
That's a change from my box of rocks I normally
you
get.
You need a razor or you can grow a beard. Right?
You need a haircut, too.
You. All righty, y'all. Look out now. Today's Bible verse comes from Proverbs chapter 12, verses 17 through 19. Goes like this. He who speaks truth declares righteousness, but a false witness deceit. There is one who speaks like the piercing of a sword, but the tongue of the wise promotes health. The truthful lip shall be established forever. Look, I believe there's a little bit of lying going on out there, and I ain't lying. Man, I've been seeing some lying on TV that is just every other word a lie. But, hey, look, when you lie, you got to remember your lie because you liable to get the conversation, and you're going to have to remember how your lie went, because if it goes different, then you got to make up another lie to cover that lie. So don't be a liar. Hey, but anyway, that's a tip from Mountain Man. Mountain Man's Bible. I just read it. Look here. Y'all tune in next week, because we'll be back with this show.
Christmas edition
and more. Well, we love y'all guys. Thank y'all for tuning in today. And as always, booyah! Hey.
News Talk 105.7 and 540 KMLB Monroe.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Louisiana Monroe. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of ULM and Learfield IMG College. Announcers are provided by Learfield IMG College and approved by ULM.